Okay, I'm sorry, wait. A moment, please. Okay, remember here. Good morning, everyone. So today I will be marketing scrum chair. Yeah, okay. And I have asked Zaki to be my secretary and Kagani to record the meeting for us. So let me just share my screen and let's see what we're going to discuss today. Okay, have anyone seen my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Today, we're going to talk about this week's priority that has been set last week, the current campaigns, and how we're going to improve it. And we're also going to talk about the important discussions on management paper. And I see there are two of them already from Kak Bayu and Kak Dani. All right, so for this week's update priority first. Based on last week's Scrum, we already set this week's priority. The first one is regarding the online canvassing, which is to prioritize the quality of leads and how to make it easier for the conversions. I believe this is assigned to Kanadin. And the second one is the freelance campaign assigned to Mas Rizal, which is to gain proof whether it is resulting or not. And the last one is to validate the live chat implementation through experiments conducted by Eriko. All right. I think it's better if we just jump to the Trello. Okay. To Canadian first. Um, we're going to talk about this campaign because this is focusing on awareness SLA and has relation about the week's priority. So I want to check first. Canadian, you have updated this, have updated this card, right?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mrs. Chair. So, basically for the update, it's already updated by Kak Gani for today's update. So, actually for this campaign in online canvassing, Kak Gani is actually mostly managing on the team, yeah. And I actually only monitoring the leads quality and also the conversion after that. And based on the Kak Gani results, since all the data right now is updated on the Airtable for the leads to the conversions, and then we got 54 contacts right now, and then there is some actually changes on the flow. Previously, we have MQL first and then first meeting, right? Right now we what is it? Kita balikin gitu. We reverse it. So we do the first meeting first, and then we can determine whether it is MQL or not. And since there right now with that arrangement, we still got no MQL based on the context, but not all of the contacts are contactable. So 8 contacts are interested to us and considered to first meeting, and then 11 contacts are not processed yet, and then the rest of the detailed contact can be checked in the Airtable. And the problems that approach are facing right now is the owner still needs time to consider, basically, and then the very slow response owner, and also already occupied until several next months, and then still PPKM period. Sometimes we offer to do inspections on site. I offer it to do that, to actually accelerate the flow, but because still PPKM, they actually refuse, and it makes them a little bit pessimistic as well. And then also some the owners already set a schedule, but they don't attend and no response. That's the update, Mrs. Chair. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Canadian, for the update. So I conclude there are no MQLs, and okay, so there are also no MQLs from referral, like referral, no?
From referral, yes, they are, but this one is talking about the online canvassing, right, Kayla?
Okay, so okay, thank you for the update. based on the reductions of the number of MQL, so you say that that's due to the changes in the flow. Okay, so I think this has something to do with the flow and also the converter. I think I'm going to ask one of the converters, Christabel. Okay, can you tell me what has changed in the online canvassing last week, especially the conversion stage, and have you personally implemented the short-term and long-term method that Mr. Jing has offered last week?
I'm sorry, Kayla. Can you repeat because I don't fully understand?
Okay, so based on what Canadian has updated, there are the reduce in the number of MQL last week, right? And I also believe this has something to do with the new online canvassing flows and also the converter. So what has changed from your method from last weekend? Is there any changes or not? And have you personally implemented the long-term and short-term method that is offered by Mr. Jing last week?
For me, I think there is no significant changes in how I approach because I still implement the same thing basically, and then there is also one suggestion about how if we just approach them in a more fast way, so less basa-basi like that. But for me, I don't think it's uh, a very good approach because in that way, there is less information that we can get from the conversation like that. So I think I will stick to the previous method that we implemented already. That's all.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Abel. What do you think significantly affects the number of MQL?
I think that doesn't have to do with our method, but it's for me, it's more to the condition lately about the PPKM, and yeah, I think that's from me.
Okay, thank you, Abel. So I'd like to ask Moana's opinion. So based on what Abel and Canadian just said, so uh, we still have a concern regarding the conversion rights and based on the conditions right now, what do you think should we do to actually increase the number of MQL? Like what aspects should we take a look deeper this week?
I see. Okay. Good morning. Thank you, Kayla, for this kind of case. So MQL is it just depend on the the con the contact that um the contact that we approach, and also like how we approach normally. So sometimes we have a lot of contacts, but sometimes we got the contact that not with a service. So in this case, I think this uh, the follow up and when the follow up is the goal of the follow up is important. I think if you want to get faster response, it's call is faster because I have also facing the same in the closing to MOU. Like mostly I call like like in the morning they didn't pick up. I do it in the end of the day. So it's just basically never give up until give you the answer yes or no, interested or not. So and then they are not interested, and I know for sure they don't interested until they didn't give me the answer. I don't basically hang up. So they just calling is the faster for me because texting is like sometimes like especially they are not sure what kind of service they're gonna get, and it's a long way conversation for me. It's just calling is a way to to get engaged, and also like if you have a question or doubt. And I can basically explain by the way. But in the upper panel case, I'm not sure how you guys like calling is like uh what you call like second or first like, but calling for me is like more helpful to get like the goal the goal of the answer that I want to get.
Okay, so wait. Okay, thank you for the explanation. Mo. Okay. Is there something you want to add, Mr. Kim? Hello, sir.
Uh,
Yes.
Kyla, could I jump in real quick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Wayana. Wayan, do you believe the teams that are working on MQLs they don't call because they lack motivation or they lack understanding or capacity to be able to make a phone call?
Maybe I will ask the person directly because I'm not monitoring the upper panel, so mostly
Mhm.
Nadine and Nadine mostly monitoring the upper panel. So, but
No. Let's go to
we have
Nadine.
best practice at paper if they have fiction to happen.
Okay, let's go to Nadine. Nadine, what do you think it is? Is it motivation, capacity, or understanding of using the phone to qualify leads faster?
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, we have practice to call, but not the first choice. The first choice is WhatsApp. But if the number doesn't have WhatsApp, we do call. But usually, the one that doing the call is only me right now because I'm the only one that have an access to phone call, call hippo, right? And then, but from the success rate of the phone call is very low right now, sir. The success rate that have the highest success rate is on the WhatsApp message. I don't know why, because the mostly on the phone call they have some problems. Either the invalid number or they don't pick up after several times calling. So
Mhm.
right now the highest success rate on the WhatsApp chat.
Okay, so I'm hearing a difference, right? Wayana says calling is really good, and you're saying calling is not so good. I think we need to agree what the
I'm
yeah.
saying
Okay.
the bottom panel. The bottom panel for me, after the pitching, yeah, are you interested? Like, what is going on? Like, are you have any question? That's more.
Yes.
Ah, for
Phone
follow
call
up, yeah.
after pitching
Yeah,
for follow up, yes,
Okay.
but for the first
Okay.
approach, the success rate is very low.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And so to Wayana then, is the bottom funnel? Are we using enough phone calls right now on your bottom funnel group, or would you like to see that expanded?
a bottom panel is what did you question again?
Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you see this best practice of using a phone call, right? So then I'm asking basically why aren't more people applying that if we already know that's a best practice? So we are still trying to figure that out.
The bottom panel is like for follow up if they don't reply WhatsApp and then we call. So until we get the answer yes or no. So but the upper panel is I have different experience because
Okay, all right. Okay, I didn't really get the answer I'm looking for, but I'm not going to hold up any more time. Let's have a sub discussion about this, yeah, babe? Between you, me, and Nadine about how to get best practices that are delivered through the BD chapter. I'll yield my time back to Kayla.
Okay, thank you for the explanation and the suggestion, sir. So I think I'm going to put a conclusion first in here. So because we are facing a quite dynamic situations, this week we're going to find a method to adapt to these current situations, what's best to implement. And Mr. Jing will have a sub-discussion with Kanadin and Moana regarding uh, the phone call options, whether to use as a first choice or the last as a follow-up. Okay. All right. Is there anyone else working on initiative or supporting the online canvassing campaign? Okay, if yes, please a thumbs up, or if not, then I'm going to move on. Okay, I guess no. So, let's move to the next. Yes, yes, what? Okay, okay. So let's move to the next campaign. Also, the next priority for this week, that is it is the website campaign. This is under mass result, right? So, all right. So just a quick check up. Are there any changes from last week, especially in the awareness team, Kak?
Kayla.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Sorry. I think we are talking about the priority from last week, right? So
Yeah.
we are checking whether it's done or not. So the second one is the freelance, not the website.
Oh, so, all right. So I put this week priority. This is the second because I last time I created the flow. So yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, can we do this?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Please
Okay.
continue that.
Thank you, Mas Bay, for the suggestion. So, okay. To Mas Rizal first, just a quick update. Are there any changes from last week regarding the awareness team?
Okay, so thank you, Kayla, for the time. So basically, the difference is on the new traffic from Pinterest channel. It's keep contributing to MMB traffic, and also, yeah, I changed CTA form consultation into Calendly link calendar. Basically, that's the change that we already done before. But yeah, currently there's no difference from the result itself. But if we use if we use a lead result from this.
Okay. Are there any new innovations regarding this campaign?
Okay, there's new analysis that brings from Erico basically. So Erico is uh, collecting insight from the copywriting of the MMB page, and also I believe she doing um, analysis from Hootjar also. But for the deep explanation, I offer to Erico to explain her analysis.
Okay, Rico, please.
So for my analysis, actually I concentrate most on discovering which how to enhance the effectiveness of the CTA buttons, which I realized from Hotjar that actually a lot of site visitors to the MMP page, they actually click on the I wouldn't say the final CTA, like they actually don't click on the WhatsApp one and the call us by phone, but instead they like to click on those buttons which show like an elaboration to our services. So they those buttons which put more of links to our services or explaining more about housekeeping, explaining more about certain section of the company. So from that, I actually created a copywriting piece which is under my list, my card, a copywriting piece, and I uploaded last week. So I'm receiving and obtaining feedback from various parties which I tag, and maybe everyone can give their inputs there, and yeah, we can work on from there.
Okay, thank you, Erica, for the update. Maybe, okay, all right, so you also work on the experiment regarding live chat feature last week and supposedly to be, and assume you have gone through the test, right?
No, actually, that has yet to
Oh,
begun yet. Reason being, I'm thinking that that perhaps it might be a better idea to implement the changes in the MMP page first, the copywriting first, as opposed to doing the live chat, because the MMP page is supposed to be the what is that called? The main informational page, which presents information of relevance to potential partners and increase user retention and engagement first. And then the chat is a supplementary service, which supplements what is on the page. But if we actually go ahead with implementing the chat experiment first, then it would defeat the purpose of coming up with an MMP page, because now the order is switched. The MMP page, the chat service is supposed to to supplement whatever that is lacking of the MMP page. Partners can ask question, but if we go ahead with this other sequence, then it gets a bit complicated, and our experiment wouldn't be as accurate in targeting our objectives of partly ensuring whether or not the information that we deliver is really sufficient.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the update and explanation, Eriko. That's actually really, really good analysis. So for last week and until this week, you're still going to focus on the MMP page. Is that correct?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that if possible, if everyone can give their, especially those that I tag, can give their feedback by the end of tomorrow, or I can make the relevant changes to copywriting by the end of this week, and for another round of feedback, and everything is good by next week, we can do the changes to the MMP, and then by the week after or the following week, we can start with the live chat.
All right. Okay. So if I can conclude from here, so you're going to need everyone here to actually give a feedback until the end of tomorrow, so you can make the update by the end of this week, right? So
Yes, but
yes.
also if I may also add a last point, right? Okay, back to the live chat feature. Currently, I'm accepting volunteers first on regarding who would like to be let in on the task force for the chat feature. But if I don't receive any volunteers, then I'll start reaching out then. So anyone who's interested can reach out to me.
Okay, so all right, thank you, Eriko. So, okay, I think that's going to be next week's one of next week's priority, right? So the update regarding the MM pitch and who's going to volunteer regarding the experiment of live chats.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Zaki, can you please write that down? All right. Okay, I'm going to get back to Mas Rizal again. So I recall that last week you said WhatsApp is the best platform to generate leads from websites, but you encountered problems regarding how to track the leads, right? So and you decided to create another source to generate leads. So how is that going? Have you found another source or?
Okay, so from my last version is I want to basically integrate WhatsApp. Also basically it is like Bitly, but it is on WhatsApp. So we can apa namanya? We can record how many people that click our WhatsApp and WhatsApp us from that platform. But last time I asked Mas Bayu, can we integrate the WhatsApp button into Google Sheet? It can't. Apa namanya? It has to be manual. So yeah, that's basically still the friction to record the WhatsApp. How many WhatsApp clicks that we get from that MMP page?
Okay, so I reckon that's still a problem, right, Mas Rizal?
Yep. Basically, yep.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to ask, what are you going to? What's your next plan regarding that problem? Do you want to continue proposing something, or are you still want to focus on the website campaign, the traffic MMP channel?
Okay, so my next plan basically I want to strengthen the Pinterest traffic. I mean the Pinterest is keep contribute traffic to MMP page. So I think that's the ones of next prioritization, which I will work with Christabel to basically to formulate the Pinterest into a good quality audience to our MMP page. That's the first one. The next one is on the consideration state, which is we will work with Eriko to basically improve the MMP page by changes the copywriting based on her analysis. I think that's the two my prioritization for this campaign, Kayla.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rizal, for the update and the next action point. So, I conclude that next week you're going to give us the update regarding the formula of Pinterest, like how to create,
Yep.
how to share. Yeah, it's a good contribution, and you're going to also collaborate with Erico. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see for the update next week. Okay. I'm good. This is also check the second priority, right? The first one is, and the second one. And okay, this is going to back to Mas Rizal again regarding the freelance. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Kayla, for the time. So the last action that we do from series basically we do a feedback based on the workflow and also based on the follow up capacity. I mean from Kayla, can you scroll a little bit on the apa namanya comment section? Yeah, basically I conclude two good news and bad news basically. So for the good news is we collect feedback, constructive feedback from Oki freelancer that he concerned about can we fulfill or are we able to schedule and do 5 meetings in a week, because there's a list that can help pairing with our BD team. I think this issue can be fixed by setting correct expectation with the owner. And the second good news is he asking about the newest workflow. I think it's better to create best practice and also create a less confusion for the both parties, for the freelancer and also us. And for the bad news is there's zero MQL generated. And yeah, Ali Bali Canvas is not generating any market leads for the last week. And I think this is best affected from as a new online it's also correlated with new online canvassing method. We not we not generate MQL in the first stage, but we generate first meeting at the first stage, and then we generate we know the next step is MQL. Basically, that's the friction that we are facing. It could be the freelancer is apa namanya hard to get the target. Yeah, I mean because the target is very long. I mean after first meeting, but at the beginning or the previous is they get a number of MQL and they know it will MQL or not, and then they get paid. But that's not good to us, because that's not aligned with our new terms and condition. I think that's the update, Kyle.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rizal, for the update. So, okay, I think so. Okay, I see your concerns regarding the fulfilling of 5 meetings per week, right? So, I think we have to ask Kanadine because it's monitoring this. Kanadine, please, do you think we have the capacity to do 5 meetings in a week?
Thank you, Kayla. For the current research, this is already discussed between me, Wayana, Karizal, and also Oki. Yes, we still be able to do that 5 meetings in a week.
Okay, thank you, Canadian. So, okay, so I think it's already solved for that, Mas Rizal. Yeah. Regarding to best practice for freelancer, I think that's going to be a little hard since there's not much of freelancer in this section, and we can still figure that out. And regarding the flow. Okay, so this is interesting since Kagani also brought this topic in the Slack. So I guess Kagani, please can you bring the flow, the online canvassing flow discussion again to online canvassing Scrum? Yeah, so we can actually discuss whether this past 2 weeks is we already implemented a good flow or not, since apparently this is quite hard MPLs. Okay, thank you, Ms. Rizal, for the update. And I think, okay, is there anyone supporting this campaign? No? All right. Thank you. This is actually check the third priority for this week, and I'm just going to go through the next campaign, which is the Google My Business. Google My Business. I'd like to give the floor to Mas Gani. So, okay, Mas Gani, have you got any updates regarding this campaign? This one.
Yeah, Kayla. Okay, so thank you, Kayla. So for the update of Google My Business is last week we got 2 reviews from Tanjung Bidadari owners and Villa Tortoise, and we had a content writer sit up weekly starting from last week to integrate and compile all ideas from content creation, which is from articles, Facebook group, Facebook page, and video. And I believe ASA already added service description to our GFP as well. And the result is, I saw the number of website visit is quite steady. It's eight visitor per week, but the number of call, button, and message is still zero. And so for the next action plan is ASA will continue to create and post uh, three times a week on the main account and twice a week from Canggu and Jogja Google My Business. And also add Google My Business photos 2 until 3 times in a week. And I will create a new Google Map pin location for partners that don't have pin location yet. And put the BD number, MMP link, website, and the buy Bukit Vista after running to help brand awareness. I think just that, Kayla, for the update.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani. Okay, that's a really clear next action plan, yeah. So we're just going to wait for the next update next week. So is there any updates regarding Kak Nadine initiative of notifications, I guess?
I believe it's already fixed and
For the call hippo, yeah.
Yeah, that one. The
Oh, it's
notification.
fixed already.
Okay, thank you, Kanadin, for the update. So, is there anyone supporting this campaign that wants to give another update, or should we move to another campaign? Okay, no, I guess there's just Kak Danny and Kanadin. Okay, the next one is this campaign, developing partner with growth mindset, that actually handled by me. So as a quick update, you can see on my card, for the last 2 weeks, I've been collaborating with teams all through the company, like HR and community, to perfect the evaluation template. And this topic has also been brought to partnership squad discussion last week and received a positive response. So we're just going to wait for the future collaboration with between BD team and community. And I pretty much have attached the template to the Trello card so it can be implemented. And I hope this week we can start implement it. And we're going to have the decision of MQL based on marketing and community team. So it will be more clear and resulting. Okay, that's actually my only updates. Anyone wants to add something regarding this campaign? Okay, no. So
Kayla. Oh
Have
yeah.
you? Yes.
Okay, sorry. So this is just started today, yeah? It's not implemented before, yeah?
Yeah. Actually, we haven't. Actually, in the last week, we haven't gotten any chance to implement this since we've got no first meeting. Our first meeting is going to be scheduled this today, and yeah, basically this week. So yeah, we're going to implement this starting from today.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mas Bayu. And the last one from partnership campaign is the partnership improvement of a partnership pitch deck. I will handle this to Mo Wayana. Okay, Mo. Are there any updates of change regarding this campaign that worth to share? This one, yeah.
For that one, last update was we agreed that implemented like um, based on what is personalized what we can do for each property. So yeah, that's the last update. So and then that's what we use at currently.
All right. Okay, so I see that we have next action plan is we actually have we will create a Indonesian version of general pitch deck, and we will also collaborate with some other people regarding the pitch deck template as suggested by Mr. Jing 2 weeks ago. Okay, anyone wants to add or ask questions regarding this campaign? No? Yes, Kabayu.
Yeah, actually, my question for the updates, I think I didn't see any like result. Can you tell us about like example results or research result from the previous test that you used using this new pitch deck?
Okay, so actually, we only have basically since we really have a minimum leads, a minimum MTL from since last week. So basically, that's the pitching stage is also really hard to achieve these days. And the update regarding the results or the result of the research of the campaign is actually the same with last week, which is 4 or 5 scheduled meetings proceed to MOE signing. So I can say that this method is the new pitch deck can actually prove to generate more MOE signing from pitching. But yeah, other than that, we haven't actually gotten the chance to implement this. But yeah, we're going to see whether this week, since today we're going to have another pitching, so I'll give the update as soon as I can.
Okay, got it. Wait, I think since you mentioned 4 out of 5 scheduled meeting converted into MOU, I think that's pretty good, right? That's a real partner, right? Not a simulation.
Yeah,
That's actually very good.
Okay, so I hope, yeah, let's just hope that every pitch stage is now converting to MOU.
Okay. You have high standard, yeah. For me, 4 out of 5 is very good actually. So congratulations to achieve that.
Okay, one more thing to add before we move. So we actually have created the pitch deck template or guidance. Like in here, I add the main purpose, expected impact or result from each slides, and the content, like to make it clear for anyone who actually wants to make the pitch deck. So anyone who's going to do the pitching is not going to wait for me or Canadian or Christabel to actually create the pitch. So this still needs a lot of feedback. So please feel free to comment regarding the template if I missed something or if I can add anything. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, Mr. James.
Okay, Kayla, I noticed that this might be actually a good general topic for everybody. So what I just detected right there is we have an innovation, but we actually don't know that it's actually had a positive transformation effect, right? Because we're not comparing it with what we had before. I think this is actually important for everybody. And I see this also sometimes on people's updates. I'm commenting on one of Rizal's updates right now, which is when you give, let's say, a new innovation and you measure the result, please measure what the before was too as well. Because if you don't know and nobody knows, then it's really hard for us to know, is the new innovation actually better than what we had before? And if it is, then we know as a group, we've discovered gold or we've discovered oil and can kind of focus more on that. Well, if we don't, we don't celebrate when we actually have an achievement. We don't know when we're actually doing anything worse. So I think it's good that Bayu pointed that out. And Kayla, if you have expectations of 100%, great. That's a great goal to go for. But do let everybody know that it is better than what we had before, because I think that tells us that we can focus on this, and it's an achievement. Yeah. So okay, anyone, takeaway before and after, compare, and that way you know if your innovation has actually produced results.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, for the reminder. All right, that's a really important thing. Since yeah, actually we tend to forget that it's important to see whether we are progressing or not. Okay, so thank you
Kayla,
for yes,
actually,
Khalid.
I sent you a questions. Like I actually curious what kind of the key changes that you think that impact the improvement of the campaign.
Okay, so actually for today's update, there's no significant changes because I basically just created the template based on
No, it's. I mean, as Mr. Jing said, you have to
Mhm.
track the before and after, right? I
Yeah.
think you know the key changes that you made to the before and after presentation or the pitch deck, right?
Okay, so maybe I just have to floor this analysis
All right.
again because
Okay.
yeah
If
because
it is already there, then I'll
yeah.
read that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kaliis, for the reminder. All right, so anyone else want to add something or add something else?
Yeah, I think for Lilis, to Kayla, I think we have this paper, right? We write down
Oh,
every changes from the beginning that
yes.
when we start this. So I'm lost. I cannot find that paper. So maybe you can send that paper to Lilis. So it will
Ah,
be and attach it here, right? So it's easier for anyone to learn about the changes.
yeah, I know this. I haven't attached it here, so yeah. Okay, I'll do that after this Scrum. Thank you for the reminder. All right, so because okay, so anyone here has anything that wants to discuss from your own projects or campaigns, initiative or activities, and wants to give some updates? If yes, please give a thumbs up, or if not, just type all good in the comment section. All right, I think it's all good now. So let's get back to discussion paper since we still got some to discuss. So here we got two new discussions brought by Kak Gani and Kak Bayu. I think we're going to discuss this first from Mas Gani. Okay, Mas Gani, please elaborate more regarding your thread and what do you want to discuss?
Okay, so basically, I just heard that from other chapters need some sort of content. I see from ACR, from community needs content, and I just come up to centralize all of the content that we have and put it into several folders, and it's already apa ya compile into PV content bank. But the next question is where we have to put this link into, so everyone can easily to know to find the content or upload the particular content. But so far, I don't know. I just propose to put it in all hands paper, perhaps, so everyone know where to find the content. Yeah, that's I think that I want to discuss.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani, for the thread. This is you're focusing this on Mr. Jing. Yeah, okay. So we have Mas Bayu something. Okay, do you want to elaborate here or
Oh yeah, sure. I write down. I propose it to put it on the content guideline because the content guideline have actually a lot of things like the brand book and also the how we create listings on Airbnb. So probably we can, if we can get other people to read best practice as well, not only using the content. So that would be that would help everyone understand how we should create a visual or the tone for the brand as well. Not just using the content, but with random style. But yeah, I think to get everyone understand that there's a document called content guidelines, we should announce it on the all hands probably.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
okay?
Uh,
Okay, so
Ivan?
Kagani, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kagani, so please put it on the Bukit Vista content guidelines and also bring out the topic on the all hands.
Okay.
Okay, so this is interesting. So Kabayu, thank you for the suggestions. That's really good. Actually, I haven't actually noticed it really since the first time here. Thank you for bringing out the topic. And okay, I think that's pretty much the conclusion, right? Okay, Zaki, please, can you please write down the conclusion? Thank you.
Oh, Kyla, let me just do a real quick
Yeah.
test, right? Let's go to Zaki. Zaki, tell me one thing that you learned last week off of the all hands.
Um, okay, I remember. Sorry. Okay, from the last week all hands, the things that I learned is from the weekly inspiration from Mas Bayu about the T-shaped person So we basically we have to be good or be an expert in one thing, but also knowledgeable about other things.
Okay, all right. Mr. Zaki is paying attention during all hands. Let's see. Let me do another quick test. Let's go to Sharon. Sharon, can you name another thing different than Zaki that you learned during the all hands?
Indirectly, I think time management is important because if I'm not mistaken, last week's all hands we kind of went like over time. So I think time management indirectly is important to the bringing of the all hands.
We didn't go overtime that much, actually. Remember, because we made a mid-shift adjustment to the all hands that saved us some time. We didn't do all the personal updates. Okay, let me do one more test. Let's go to Christabel. Christabel, what did you learn from the all hands last week?
Maybe the most important thing is our conclusion about the T-shape, because in the end, what we should do is we should approach people that we want to learn more about, and also,
Okay, thank you. All right, I just did a quick survey to see if actually people were picking up things from the all hands, Bayu and Gani, and apparently, okay, there's different levels, right? There's kind of like, I guess, 2 out of 3 there. But for anything that you really want to propagate, Gani, throughout the entire company, probably all hands first, and then followed by a chapter visit, right? During smaller group sessions, more likely to actually get people to understand it that way. Okay, all right, back to the floor. Yeah, back to the chair.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's actually a really quick survey. Yeah, I think everyone here must pay attention more to all hands and probably make notes, since we never know when Mr. Jing is going to ask of us that. Okay, so maybe we're going to get back to this. The thread brought by Kak Bayu. Kak Bayu, please, the floor is yours.
Oh yeah, this is actually the update from the partnership squad. So the structure would be changed basically between community and marketing, right? So let me share just in context. So you guys remember this on Whimsical, right? So we have this chart for partnership squad. Basically, there's different cluster. So the first cluster is mostly focused on digital marketing, actually, and we call it awareness, and it's focusing on creating this result, which is MQL. So this is most the work on the marketing, and then there's the second cluster, which is conversion here. This is most of the work on business development. And this is the third cluster, which is mostly working on community.
Sorry. I think Mr. Ding said that your screen is fuzzy. Can you zoom in, please?
Oh, too small, yeah.
Yeah, it's too small.
It's too fuzzy. Yeah. Okay, now it's better. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'll repeat that. So basically, it's even if you cannot read. So basically, this is the wait. Okay, wait. It's slow. Oops. Okay. So this is awareness. The first cluster is awareness here. The second cluster is conversion, which is basically converting all the leads into new partners. The end result is new partner. And the third one is transformation here, which is have the end result of a, let me see, advocacy, but advocacy is also campaign. But the point is that we are changing the structure here because usually what we do here is that we will do awareness, and then this conversion part here is not its own chapter basically. So Wayana and Nadine has been joining this marketing, but the most of the focus is on marketing is to generate awareness. So what we think is if we can move this conversion part into this cluster and make it into one cluster, basically there will be better alignment between the new partners that onboarded into the existing partner, into the partner that's transformed here. So what we say, what we promise to new partner would be same as what we actually deliver in the community part. So that's why we will going to move the discussion on improving business development, like the pitch deck and like the owner persona, into this group. Basically, we are talking about partnership standard, community expert, partners persona, and this will be in one class. Okay, so that's the discussion that I brought up here. Marketing will focus on generating awareness, and the deliverable result is leads. And then the leads conversion will be handled by business development, which is will be doing their campaign alongside the community. Okay, so that's the update, and there's a discussion as well about this online canvassing, because online canvassing is previously handled by Gani and Nadine is mostly on business development, and the MQL is happening before the conversion. So now we need to make changes about that. So that's on the discussion paper right here, which still open, by the way, and we can continue the discussion on the paper. So does anyone have any question, or actually additional discussion probably about that?
Me, perhaps, not by you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so we also have Jing here, right? So I have three campaign that is still in negotiation where to place, basically. First is about online canvassing, which actually Gani and Nadine previously. And if Nadine is moved, I think because Nadine is the executor mostly and also the BD team, so it needs to move to the community. And then my second question is actually for the C-Talk, because it's more into PR. So my plan is actually move it to PR, which is in HR chapter. And then if it is needed, we will keep the community talk only. It's not the CE, not the community expert in community. And then last one is about the GMB. I actually find here that the update is something like doubling in community and also in marketing. And I think it's supposed to be more relevant in marketing even because it is digital marketing. So the champion I think will be better from marketing team. And then if you need our help from community to gather the photos from our activity and also the review from the partner, I think it's possible. So the arrangement will be, I think, if you agree, the online canvassing will be on the community BD, and then the GMB and digital marketing, and then the C Talk or CE Talk is in the PR. So I think that's my proposal. Perhaps Mas Bayu or Jing, do you have any opinion about that?
Probably Jing. I don't have any.
Sure. I agree. Long-term wise, I think the C-Talk should actually move over to PR for upper funnel. But I think the end product is actually the delivery of referrals from the it's community advocacy to get us partnership leads, right? That's the end product of the C-Talk. So I think some part of it needs to be integrated back to community because it delivers a community outcome.
All right.
I think we need to, okay, for a few things, short-term wise, no. Short-term wise, most of the PR team is sick right now. So I don't have anybody to delegate to. But long-term wise, I do agree. I think the kind of work that's happening is actually more like PR work, outreaching and such. But let's talk further about how a few things. Let's talk about when we would like to make this transition and how we would divide up the responsibilities and the aspects of C-Talk. But I think it's the right direction, Liz.
Okay, so yeah, because it takes up a lot of bandwidth since the journey of getting referral is actually really long from the CE talk. We need to make the vlog, we need to make the video and everything. So the effort is much higher than online canvassing, for example. So I think more wise if we allocate our resource to online canvassing more than this one. So that's my
Okay,
thought.
that part I can understand. That part I can understand. I'm trying to deal with overall resource management in the company.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a lot of let's say capacity in one particular chapter. But yeah, I agree. Long-term wise, I think that makes structural sense, and it makes also sense to move that sort of skill set away from community and into PR. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, sir. I'll try to arrange the movement of the online canvassing first with Gani and also Nadine and also Asa. And then for the rest too, I'll think more about that. Thank you, Mas Bayu and Kayla.
Okay, so the addition would be there's a discussion there already. So I agree with assigning ASA for the online canvassing. That would be means replacing Gani for online canvassing, and then I'm agree that the proposal that Gani can focus more on guest awareness and content. Gani, would this free up your bandwidth and can you focus better on guest funnel and also content?
Okay, as long as the online canvassing and Google My Business is someone that I can delegate, I think it can be fit up.
Okay. Then we let's plan for the handover. Yeah, how the handover will happen between you and Asa as well. And there's let me see one more thing. Rizal. So Rizal can cover the awareness funnel more complete now. Okay. There's a question.
Miss
Okay.
Chair, Nadine want to ask something.
Yeah, Nadine, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Sorry, everyone. I like to propose another 5 minutes because I think, yeah, we're going to need it. So anyone disagree with that? No? Okay. Kanadine, please continue.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Questions, Kabayu or Kalilis. For the champion of the online canvassing will be hand over to Asa, but how about the executor? How about the canvasser? Is it still, what is that, people in marketing or BD?
For now, I think all of the only change is only in the head. I mean, in the manager. But for the executor, I think since it's also have voluntary things, right? So as long as everyone have the bandwidth, it will be good. Many people do it, and then more inputs in that campaign. I think that's actually my thought.
How about the long-term plan, Kalilis?
Oh, for the long term plan, yeah, it should be from BD, I think.
I see. Okay. What do you think, Kabayu?
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is the this is related to the question how we should move it, right? Because then we need to think about like for example, because anyone that's on marketing is also doing online canvassing. So in the future, there's no online canvassing campaign anymore in marketing. So the volunteer will be mainly from community. But because this is voluntary, any chapter can also still contribute to that actually. Now, yeah, the question is the management, right? So this batch of intern will have two meetings now, one in marketing and also one in BD, or at least actually only on the online canvassing Scrum. That's okay. They don't need to join all the Scrum in all chapter, right?
Yep. I think BD also have specific discussion to develop specific skills. I think I observed it like last week, and that's mostly on pitching and then on how to do online canvassing, if I'm not mistaken. And previously, if I'm not mistaken, Mas Gani also held some meetings to specifically discuss about online canvassing. Is that correct, Mas Gani?
Yes, every Monday we have online conversation.
Yeah. So that's actually cover like the team for the community. We want to give more context basically on the partner side, like what is actually the next funnel look like. So we understand on how and which potential lead that we should onboard, something like that. The general context, I think. Okay. Thank you, Nadine, for the question.
Okay, Mas Bayu, is there anything you want to add?
Um, yeah, but probably I think it should be a sub discussion. I still have doubts about the referral and also online canvassing because it's actually an awareness campaign, right? If we are going to do awareness inside of the conversion, so that's I'm not sure about the resource there. So probably I'll discuss this with Lilis and also Nadine. I think I'll discuss this with Lilis and Nadine only.
Okay. So for the conclusion, Kak Bayu will have the discussion probably by the end of this week, yeah, about the handover and the details with Kak Lilis and Kak Nadine. Okay. I think from the discussion, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, does anyone has anything to add? Like initiative or topic to discuss? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have one more thing actually. This is a heads up to Zaki. Zaki actually came up with a pretty good idea that I thought was interesting because we hadn't really looked at it. This is pretty global, but what Zaki realized is we always look at top of funnel, middle funnel, and then kind of try to convert through. But there's this opportunity in the middle funnel I'd like Zaki to speak about. Zaki, maybe you could step up and tell us what you discovered.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, for recognizing my discovery. Basically, I found this while I was working on my Facebook paid campaign projects. So, what Mr. Jing means by focusing on the middle funnel is what I observed from the previous campaigns that of digital marketing mostly. We are to focus on the top funnel and the bottom funnel. We did not put many efforts into nurturing those top funnel leads into middle funnel leads. So what I mean is this: if we were to buy anything or do some great commitment such as partnering with Bukit Vista, people tends to think a lot about it first before committing into any decisions, right? So what were done on the paid campaign is we offer we offer some things or value from the first ads, and then we're forcing them to contact us and ask about our partnership terms and conditions. So I don't know whether this is the best practice or not because people don't perhaps people don't really know who we are, but we are forcing them to contact us and ask about our services. I don't think that that is the best way to persuade people to be our partner. And then about the solution, I still trying to find a way to how to nurture those cold cold audience into warm audience to build brand trust and brand image during these during these paid campaigns. So yeah, I think that is what I found, Mr. Jing.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zaki. So I think Zaki came upon actually a pretty interesting question, and it could be something we look into a little bit more. A lot of bigger brands, they do retargeting and they do lead nurturing. So it's not just about who converted this week and who didn't, but who, let's say, didn't convert but might have been something middle, right? We tend to think of it as digital, like either they convert or they don't convert, they convert or they don't convert. But what I actually think is happening is perhaps there's a spectrum, and Zaki might have discovered that. There is a person who converted today, but maybe in the non-conversion pile, there's a person who will convert if we call them back within a week. There's a person who will convert if we have maybe 2 nurturing sessions with them. So I thought that was actually pretty revolutionary because that applies to actually all the funnels, guest, partner, and employees. It's not every day that people either just become an employer or not. Maybe some people need to be nurtured and to be convinced a little bit more. So anyways, I think that's actually a pretty good discovery, and we'll look forward to seeing what Zaki can build upon that discovery. But it does strike me as something pretty fundamental. All right, back to the chart.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jing, and the discussion with Zaki. So because we're running out of time, I think that's the end of our Scrum today. So I guess if everyone wants to add something or have a sub discussion, please just go to the related paper and mention the name, yeah? Okay, I think that's it because this is my first time chairing. Please give me feedbacks through my Slacks and have a good day, everyone.